What is up, guys? It's Tommy here and welcome to the latest big transfer news in the world of football, and we are focusing mainly on the Premier League in this video. So I don't want to only do Liverpool transfer news videos, I want to do lots of other clubs. And the biggest troll is that Cristiano Ronaldo reportedly is interested in a possibility of returning to Manchester United. Will it happen, guys? I think I will get you guys to vote on this because I would love to hear your opinion. I can't see Ronaldo joining Manchester United unless he's really serious about, you know, getting out of Spain because of the 13 million euro tax fraud allegations by the Spanish authorities. That's the main reason why the reports are saying that Ronaldo wants to move to Man United. And what is very interesting about this is that the story has been out for a couple of days, and I actually waited for Real Madrid or Ronaldo to deny this story, but they haven't done so far at the time of recording this video. And that's very interesting, because normally if there is no, you know, truth in these kind of rumors, the club or the player vehemently denies the rumor. For example, Bayern Munich, they were linked with Ronaldo and they denied the news that to be any kind of truth in that with an article on their website, which is very interesting. So let me know, guys, do you think Ronaldo actually wants to go back to Manchester United, or is it another, you know, is it another ploy by Ronaldo and his agent to actually get maybe more money from Real Madrid? Or what I heard, because Ronaldo just recently signed a new 5-year contract in November, so he doesn't really want to get, I think, a lot more money. He's already on enormous wages. I think what Ronaldo wants is for Real Madrid to take care of these tax allegations and somehow to sort it out and help Ronaldo in the case, which is very interesting. So Manchester United, of course, sold Ronaldo to Real Madrid in the summer of 2009 for 80 million, and his worth could be 175, some newspapers are saying 200 million in today's market. And for a 32 years old Ronaldo, that's ludicrous amounts of money, but he's probably worth it. I mean, he quite single-handedly won the Champions League for Real Madrid, scoring a hat-trick in the quarterfinals, actually 5 goals in total, a hat-trick in the semi-finals and 2 goals in the final. And Ronaldo's advisors have been told to find him a new club outside Spain because he's angry. These are the reports that after being accused of evading tax of 13 million pounds between 2011 and 2014, and there are very few clubs who could afford Ronaldo, but Manchester United is one of them, definitely. And Ronaldo had a quite frosty relationship with Jose Mourinho, which further complicates the picture in this transfer saga. Would Ronaldo really want to play for Mourinho again? Because when Mourinho was Real Madrid manager, Ronaldo didn't really enjoy playing under him. He didn't really motivate Ronaldo as much as, for example, Zinedine Zidane does. So that's very interesting. Paris Saint-Germain, of course, have a long-standing interest in Ronaldo, but I don't think he would go there at this stage of his career. I can only see him going to Manchester United, or if he only cares about the money, then he is off to China, because China, you know, with the mid-season window there opening on Monday, China would be offering Ronaldo the kind of money that is just unreal. But Ronaldo is already on unreal amounts of money, so I don't think he would tarnish his reputation with going to China. And he is actually very conscious of you know, how the world rates Ronaldo and what kind of legacy he leaves behind. So that's the biggest reason why I think he will most likely stay at Real Madrid, because he would tarnish his reputation. At the moment, he's an absolute club legend at Real Madrid, and he's surrounded by teammates who could keep him at the top of the world football, you know, rankings in the next like 3-4 years. Ronaldo could still stay as one of the best players in the world if he joins to Man United. But this Man United team, make no mistake, they are no team who will challenge for the Champions League trophy anytime soon, and I have my doubts whether they will challenge for the Premier League title next season. So of course with Ronaldo, Man United would improve a lot, but will they improve enough to really compete with the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich? I don't think so. And Ronaldo may well end up at a club where he doesn't win the major trophies again in his career, and I think that he will regret that if that's the case. So it's a very delicate situation at the moment. Florentino Perez, who was just re-elected until 2021 as Real Madrid president, he will talk to Ronaldo on Monday, Monday evening, like right now. Probably they are in a room talking about it. Florentino Perez wants to sort out the future of Ronaldo. Of course, everybody at Real Madrid wants Ronaldo to stay. I have no question about that. So it's going to be very interesting what kind of negotiations will go on between Florentino Perez and Ronaldo. The newspaper reports are saying that Ronaldo is actually outraged by what he feels is unfair treatment by Spanish tax authorities, making him determined to quit the club and the country. So this is the biggest, you know, story in these newspapers, that Ronaldo actually wants to leave Spain, wants to leave his problems behind with the tax authorities. But I'm not sure what the real truth is, so I'm sure that sooner or later we will find out what the real story behind is. At the moment we can only speculate, but it is a fascinating topic to talk about. And as I already said, the Chinese transfer window opens on Monday. And will they go for Ronaldo? That's the big question, because China could pay something like 200 or 300 million, which is, make no mistake, it's a mid-table Premier League club's value in today's market, and that's how much one player, Cristiano Ronaldo, could cost if he goes to China, which is just outrageous. So that's it for the Ronaldo transfer story, but I wanted to touch on other transfer stories. For example, that Manchester United want to involve David De Gea in the Cristiano Ronaldo deal. So Real Madrid, of course, are still interested in De Gea. He almost went to Real Madrid a couple of transfer windows ago, I believe, and I think, you know, this could be actually very interesting, whether Real Madrid will be more keen to do a deal when they are getting De Gea, because he would be, you know, he would solve their goalkeeper problems for the next 5 years. Not that Keylor Navas is a real problem, but De Gea is certainly a better goalkeeper, so it would be an upgrade as well. Southampton want to sign Tottenham's Kevin Wimmer. I'm not sure about this, because, you know, Southampton would be a good place for Wimmer, who hasn't been, you know, playing regularly for Tottenham. So this is going to be very interesting. And what do you think about the Donnarumma transfer saga? Donnarumma recently said, like maybe a year ago, that he wants to become a club legend at AC Milan. And now it looks like that he won't sign a contract extension. He only has 1 year left on his contract, and he wants to go elsewhere. And Mino Raiola, Donnarumma's agent, claims that AC Milan bullied and threatened Donnarumma and his family, which is, of course, who do you believe in the story, the agent or the club? The club and the fans, I think, only protested after they learned the fact that Donnarumma doesn't want to sign a contract extension. And I find it a little bit, you know, upsetting, because Donnarumma is only 18 years old. He could still play for AC Milan for 2 or 3 years, see where the club is going with the new owners and with the improved transfer budget, and then decide for himself whether he wants to go. I think the fans are outraged because, you know, AC Milan gave Donnarumma his big break in football. They started him when he was 16 years old, and they didn't have to start him. That was a huge thing by AC Milan, to start a 16-year-old goalkeeper. Everybody was like, wait, what is going on? Who is this kid? And of course he was good enough to stay and to become AC Milan's #1 goalkeeper. But now, just 2 years later, Donnarumma wants to leave AC Milan. I find that a little bit, you know, upsetting. But of course, this is the world of football we live in. Players and agents normally hold all the power in these negotiations. The clubs don't really can't really do much. But of course, AC Milan offered him a huge contract. So it's not like that he goes to another club and he gets a little bit maybe more money, but not by a long margin, not by a big margin, and he could sit on the bench. He could go to somebody like Real Madrid and sit on the bench, and at AC Milan he's a guaranteed starter for many years, I think, and for his development I think it would be the best choice to stay at AC Milan. And if I were Donnarumma, I would be happy with the signings that AC Milan are making, and maybe what he could do is sign a new contract and tell the club that if you don't make the Champions League next season, I'm off, but you still get a big fee for me. But this, that he could leave on a free transfer, such a huge talent, one of the biggest talents in world football in terms of goalkeepers, for him to go for nothing would be so disrespectful and so upsetting for the AC Milan fans, so I can completely understand why they have been outraged. Also, Barcelona will activate the buyback clause for Gerard Deulofeu, which I find a little bit surprising. He only costs 10.5 million. I don't think Deulofeu will be a Barcelona regular for the next 3 years, but they could sell him on as a profit maybe in the January transfer window, and he could be a good backup player, a good squad player for them next season. He certainly impressed you know, the Barcelona management when he was playing for AC Milan, so that's going to be interesting. Ibrahimovic is back at Manchester United, even though he doesn't have a contract yet. He will train with them and do his rehabilitation with Manchester United, and he wants to be fit by November. And if he passes all the tests and if he comes through that, they could offer him a contract in November or December, and he could play the second part of the season, so that's going to be very interesting. Sky Sports News are reporting also that Man City wants to sign Dani Alves, the former Barcelona player, one of the best right backs still in the world. Of course, he was a major part of that great Barcelona Pep Guardiola team, and now that Pep Guardiola is the manager of Manchester City, this could be a very interesting transfer, and I think still Dani Alves has a good 2 or 3 years in him, and he could be a very interesting player for Man City. I would actually love to see Dani Alves play in the Premier League, because he was such an exciting player to watch both for Barcelona and for Juventus, but I always wondered how would he do in the Premier League. Liverpool used to be linked with him when he was still playing for Sevilla before the Barcelona days. I'm still upset about that Liverpool missed out on him. And one of the more outrageous transfer stories, West Ham are trying to sign Olivier Giroud. Do you think this could happen? I think this could happen if Arsenal bring in somebody like Lacazette, then they could sell Giroud, and I think West Ham's playing style is suited perfectly for Olivier Giroud. He is a very good Premier League striker, but he just lacks that little bit extra which is required to win a Premier League title for Arsenal, or to win the Champions League for Arsenal. And of course now they are in the Europa League, so they have no chance of winning the Champions League anyway. But Giroud actually scored 16 goals last season, and he only started 11 Premier League matches. And Arsene Wenger preferring, you know, Sanchez and Welbeck in the striking role. He's also 30 years old, so he just signed recently a new 2.5-year contract with the club, so they could get quite a bit of money for Giroud. Would this be a good time for Arsenal to sell? If they bring in somebody else who is better than Giroud, then definitely yes. And there are also very big news now that Man City are preparing a bid for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Is this the Aubameyang's agent throwing up different clubs to see which sticks on the wall, which club bites the bullet first and signs Aubameyang for big money? It's very clear that it looks like Aubameyang and his agent wants to engineer a move, even though Dortmund don't really want to sell. Man City could come in with a huge offer, and I think Aubameyang would be great for Man City, but that leaves the big question: what will happen to Sergio Aguero? I think Gabriel Jesus will definitely stay at Man City. Guardiola is a huge fan of Gabriel Jesus, and not so much of Aguero's work rate, so that leaves Aguero open to a move, and I would love Liverpool to go for him, but I don't think Man City would sell for a live rival. So let me know what do you think about these transfer news, and leave a like if you enjoyed this, leave a comment, and see you later guys, have a lovely day, goodbye.